Today, Feeding on Jesus International is delving into the subject spring marriages, and this is the second episode. In the world of nature, spring has its pollen. If people curse the pollen, you know that the spring is not their favorite time of the year. But if they talk optimistically about the flowers and the butterflies, even while sneezing from the pollen, you know that they are in love with spring. The same is true in a marriage. Even in the springtime, there can be difficulties, but the prevailing attitude is one of the anticipated growth rather than despair. Note that not all is springtime characterized by an attitude of optimism. It is also accompanied by an attitude of gratitude. The attitude of love blossoms beautifully in the spring, as you can see in the spring picture in the video. Springtime is also undergirded by an attitude of trust. Trust is believing that your spouse is a person of integrity, that he or she will tell you the truth. If your marriage is built on a solid foundation of trust, you are certain of your spouse's faithfulness to the marital commitment, and you would choose to believe the best about your mates, even in uncertain circumstances. The attitude of trust brings a sense of security. For most of us, spring brings us out of the house into a whole new world of activity. In some parts of the world, spring means mowing the grass and planting in the garden. So top of that is the whole world of spring sports that provide recreation for the kids. Spring is a time for accelerated activity, and most of us are happy to emerge from our winter dens and participate in the excitement. Similarly, when spring comes to a marriage relationship, it will be characterized by new attitudes and new activities. We look for ways to express our love and stimulate excitement in our relationship. These are not random actions, activity for activity's sake, nor they are self-centered. The focus is on bringing new life to the marriage and building up the good that is already there. In this spring season of marriage, the guiding principle is nurturing, which means to feed. You have to feed your marriage. The actions of springtime are designed to feed and nourish the marital relationship. So continue feeding your marriage, continue nourishing your marriage. Both spouses seek to do this that will enhance the life of their mates. They ask themselves, how will this affect our relationship? If a marriage is in the season of spring, both spouses will do things to deepen the relationship and benefit the other person. Are you doing things to benefit your mates? Positive attitudes engender positive actions in every marriage, and loving actions result in positive emotions. Rub these three together and you have the springtime of marriage. In summary, a spring marriage looks like this. In a springtime marriage, we may encounter poison ivy, irritations that pop up unannounced and unexpected. These irritations can cause marital itching, even in the midst of springtime. They can ruin perfectly wonderful vacation or turn a fine dinner into an emotional fiasco. Those irritations do not change the season, but they may make spring less enjoyable. Are you experiencing some itches, irritations in your marriage at the moment? For the moment, however, let me encourage you to share your irritations with your spouse and be open to change. Spring often leads a couple to make positive changes. It is a time, the spring marriage is a time of new beginnings, new patterns of life, new ways of listening and expressing concern, and new ways of loving. All this you have to cultivate in your marriage. If we successfully implement and nurture these positive changes in our marriages, then spring times will give way to the fun and warmth of summer. On the other hand, if we fail to follow through with new beginnings, we may find ourselves skipping summer altogether and slipping straight into fall or winter. But missing summer is like missing the ice cream truck. It is enough to make a grown man cry. In the next episode, we will look at the season of marriage that you don't want to miss. That is the summer season of marriage. So remember, we have ended the episode on the spring marriage, which will be followed by the summer marriage, then fall or autumn marriage, depending on the part of the world you are, then winter marriage. Remember, the marriage seasons are 4: spring marriages, summer marriages, autumn or fall marriages, and winter marriages. So as we journey through the seasons of marriages, you can perfectly categorize the stage or the season of your marriage. And remember, we also say that you can have those 4 seasons of marriages in a day. Yes, in only within 12 hours, you can experience or go through these 4 seasons of marriages. So stay tuned and share this video. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it to others to benefit from. And remember, Feeding on Jesus is still celebrating Marriage Week from the 7th to 14th of February. So stay tuned and God bless you all. Bye-bye.